Hello there, I'm Natalie. So this video is part of a playlist where I show you how I create and upload a kids journal onto the Amazon KDP platform. I discuss every stage of the journey and hope to make it easier for you. So let's jump into this video. So as I promised, this video series is going to take you from scratch to upload of a particular book, and I'm going to show you everything I do. So we are now going to find a book that we're going to make together, and I'm going to show you the process from start to finish. So a quick demo of how a keyword and a book is researched and chosen. So a good rule of thumb is to go 3 levels deep when it comes to choosing your keyword. So we know that the word journal is just obviously so vague and so open to possibilities that just using the word journal as a keyword would be ridiculous. So we're going to think, who is the journal for? So if it was a kid's journal, an adult's journal, a senior's journal, a carpenter's journal, a nurse's journal. So we're going to pick who is our journal for, or our notebook or activity book, our planner, whatever it is that you've decided to make. And then for a keyword, going another stage deeper, kids journal with drawing space is a good keyword. And how did I get to that? So I'm going to run you through on Amazon how I got to kids journal with drawing space and picked that over others that are obviously possible. Okay, so we're in Amazon.com. I have changed my delivery address to an American address. I sell most of my books in Amazon.com, so that's why I'm here. If you want to be in Amazon Canada, UK, Japan, Australia, obviously that's where you might want to do your searching, and just change your delivery address to an inland address. I think that will give you more correct results for that marketplace. So like I said, if we just type the word journal, obviously 80,000 results coming back from Amazon. Look at these journals on the front page. They're not independently published. They are beautiful, wonderful books that have been made by a company. So that's not our competition. So if we want to make a kids journal and we search there, we can see we get a niche score of 17. Orange, this is like a traffic light system, so this number can go to negative, by the way. So orange is not great, yellow, it goes yellow, and then kind of like a darky yellow, and then up into the greens as well. We have got 30,000 results that are going after that keyword. And as you can see on the first page, we've got some items here which aren't independently published. We want to niche down again. So if we put our cursor up here and we do a couple of spaces, we are going to get the self-publishing titles kick in, and we can have a look down here. So I just kind of like went through this and I thought, what kind of kids journal would I like to make? Some of these you're not going to be able to make, for example, with a number lock. That's obviously not something that we can make independently published. With a zipper, we can't make that. So let's try kids journal for writing. So this is something that parents presumably are typing into Amazon, and let's see what happens with the results now. So we were at 30,000 for kids journal. So we've moved, I think it was a 17 to a 21. So it's a slight improvement, but it's still a pretty low keyword niche score. And we can see as well, there are still 10,000 results here, which is highly competitive to try to compete with. So we have a quick look down at what's going on here. Obviously this one hasn't got a rank, which is interesting. We're looking at the BSRs. We're looking at when these were published. If everything on the front page was published in 2018, 2019, then that niche is incredibly well established, and it's going to be very difficult to break into as well. That if it doesn't tell you when they were published, that means that it is a company that's made that. It's not independently published. But look at this one. It was published in 2018. It's got a bestsellers rank of 38,000. It's doing very well. It's on front page for this keyword. But what I did see when I looked up here, because I'm thinking, right, I need to niche down more, is draw and write paper for kids. I thought that was quite interesting. So maybe we try kids journal with drawing space. Okay, so our keyword niche score has jumped up to 45, which is way better. And we're looking at around 1,000 results here. So Amazon gives you, I think they give you the number to the nearest 1,000, but the self-publishing titans will give you a more precise number. So it's saying it's about 1,500 results, 1,400 results. On the first page, only 22 books, and 15 of these are independently published. This is a good sign. The bestseller rank 2000 it's quite high still. We're kind of looking for a bit of a lower number, but like I said, this is going to be a competitive niche. Anything, kids journals, things like this, it's going to be difficult to get all of these numbers perfect. In fact, you're not going to be able to do that. But for the purpose of this video and this video series, we are going to have to find something and go with it and make it right. So let's have a look at what's on this front page. So this is independently published, 2020, very simple cover, and it's doing well. 171,000 is not too bad at all. And it's in the first position on this search term. It's for ages 5 to 7. This one is not independently published. This one is June 2018, so very well established on this front page. August 2021, not too long ago, doing well, very well, 27,000 on a BSR. Simple cover as well. Draw and Write Journal for Kids, 707,000. Not incredible, but published 2021, not too long ago. 2019. This one is not independently published, and it's coming with a pen and a lock and key. This one, Draw and Write Journal for Kids age 4 to 8, Easter Bunny, so this one's more aimed at Easter perhaps. Story paper for kids. This has got a great BSR, published 2019, long time ago. Draw and Write, Draw and Write. So yeah, we can get some ideas as to what looks like it sells and looking at the keywords that people are going after. So this one has got onto the front page for primary composition notebook, story paper and journal writing, whereas the keyword we've typed in is kids journal with drawing space. So let's have a look actually how many of these books even use that keyword, kids journal with drawing space. So this keyword is Draw and Write Journal. This keyword, this is not independently published. This one is Draw and Write Journal. That's their keyword. And then the other, you see the colon there? That means the remaining words are in the subtitle. So this one here, Primary Composition Notebook K2, that's their keyword. So that's a notebook, but it is draw and write. Kids Drawing Primary Composition Notebook with half picture space and half dotted lines. This one again is going after the keyword of a notebook. This one is not independently published. This one is Draw and Write Journal for Kids, ages 4 to 8, that's their keyword. This one, Story Paper for Kids, a Draw and Write Journal. So, as we can see, Kids Journal with Drawing Space doesn't seem to actually be used as a title. So if you can make a book with this exact wording as your title, that might help you out, and that might be why this keyword niche score is that much higher. At this stage, you could just make your book, or you could play around with the wording, Kids Journal and Drawing Space. Let's do some spaces here and let's just see if self-publishing titans have got any ideas for us. It doesn't look like there's any more ideas exactly after that wording. That's fine. But what I would normally do before I settle on an idea is I would write that down, Kids Journal with Drawing Space, keyword niche score of 45, and then I would just play around with that keyword and see if I can get anything that I prefer better in terms of all of these numbers. So a lot of them are using Draw and Write Journal. So let's just for experiments see what happens. Draw and Write Journal for Kids. Okay, so that's dropped our keyword niche score down by quite a few numbers. And we've got more results here to compete with. There are more books on the front page. I can't remember exactly all of the other numbers, but instantly, you know, this keyword, which is what a lot of these books actually are called, Draw and Write. Draw and Write. That one was called Draw and Write. 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 So you can see that Draw and Write as a keyword is far more commonly used. So I think sticking with the one we had before, Kids Journal with Drawing Space, is better. Now this would be our actual keyword, because if we start adding more words on the end of here, it can get too niche down and too specific, and then nobody's actually searching for that. And we know that because when we put the space here, the self-publishing titans tell us that no, people aren't adding words to this generally. However, of course, there's other ways that people do niche down. They niche down by using the departments, perhaps. So if a parent types that in and then they get too many results and they want to just niche down maybe by age, they're like, oh, my child is 7, I'm going to click ages 6 to 8. That's the kind of way that people niche down, but their actual keyword has remained the same. And like I said, we will add further details, for example, maybe the age or maybe a theme, things like that. That will come into the subtitle. So it will still be metadata for Amazon to make sure that they are showing your book to that person. But the actual keyword, Kids Journal with Drawing Space, is just about perfect. We don't want anything too much longer than that because it, like I say, it will just become too niche down and people aren't typing that into Amazon. And that is the number one thing you've got to remember, is you want your keyword to be something people are typing in to Amazon. If people aren't typing in Kids Journal with Drawing Space, age 7 with a dinosaur on the cover, then if that's your keyword, you're too niche down and you're not going to get found that way. So for our example, we're going with Kids Journal with Drawing Space. Now that keyword niche score has dropped down because we have clicked into a age range. So Kids Journal with Drawing Space is the keyword, and then you add further details in the subtitle, the back-end keywords, and the description of your book that is going to give more and more pointers to Amazon of who you want your book to be shown to. Okay, that's it for this video, and in the next video we're going to be talking about how to use that keyword to write a title and to write a subtitle as well. And we'll also start talking and thinking about the 7 back-end keywords for inside the upload process. So click on that video now.